Howdy do, folks. I think I'm live. I am, like I like to say, and I don't like to say, I am completely unprepared. It's been a crazy week. Sparky has been ready for the last hour, taunting the hell out of me and mocking me. Hey, dickhead, let's go. It's 8:01. You're not live yet. Thanks for the reminder there, Spark. Uh, I'm live also on Facebook tonight for a couple of reasons. A, I usually set up to go Facebook Live to tell them that I'm not going to be Facebook Live and come over on YouTube. But you folks on Facebook, my wife is in the chat on YouTube and she's not in the chat on Facebook Live. And whatever you write, comments, I can see that you are commenting, but I can't see what they are because it's teeny tiny little, and I can't see the comments on YouTube either. But my wife is on the other side of the curtain and she can see them, and occasionally if she needs to interrupt me and say, hey, somebody sent you a donut, then we're good to go there. So here we are. It's I believe it is, I don't know what it is. I don't have nearly enough notes for the 45 minute show, so we're really going to be winging this sucker. It is season 2, episode 7, streaming live from my living room, special Mother's Day edition, and I will not be streaming live next weekend because I am back in the world actual live at the Harrisburg Comedy Zone Friday and Saturday night. There's tickets through the Harrisburg Comedy Zone website. There should be links up on my Facebook fan page somewhere. I don't know. I'm freaking out. Sparks, you see something over there? Well, here we go. Welcome to my show. Best way to donate to me, to the show, is through PayPal. There's links all over the place. Also, my Patreon, and again, my Unshunned. I apologize. I have been neglecting you, but I've been very busy. It's been a crazy, crazy, crazy week. So if you get on over to Patreon, that would be great. And if you're just hanging out and you don't want to give me money, well, that's the kind of person I am. So we could get along that way, because I would just hang out and wouldn't give me money either. Donation coming in right there. Thank you, Eric P. I see the big... Now, on Facebook, you can't see that, but when the donations come in, the big color block comes in as Eric P. just came in with $50. That's enough to make me almost piss in my pants, but how would you know? Because the camera cuts off like right about there. So thank you, that's very generous. It is, I'm not sure how I want to do this. It is the Mother's Day weekend edition of my show. So let's start with that right now. The whole concept of giving flowers on Mother's Day is kind of sort of okay, but if that's the main gift, that kind of sucks that shit balls. And especially if you're heading over to your mother's house and you're gonna pull into a mall parking lot flower tent, there's no fucking forethought there at all. That's just being a dick. We're just like, would you have anything for your mother? No, well, there's a tent in the mall parking lot on the way and we'll just pull in there. Fuck you, that's bullshit. That is a bunch of happy horse shit, and guys would never put up with that kind of happy horse shit on Father's Day. That's why you don't see any necktie tents in the mall parking lot. So for crying out loud, flowers are great, but they should be the extra thing. And also, my own hair is going in my eyeball. And I know Sparky is kind of weird. Well, Sparky's looking at me like she would like a drink. Let's see. Yes, there we go. Drink coming. Now I don't know if Facebook sees the drink before the YouTube people, but Sparky was eyeballing my drink. Hopefully she doesn't want to take a bath. Sometimes she sees my drink and then she wants to actually climb into the drink, and that's mostly when I have a ginger ale. Okay, so back to flowers. Okay, so flowers, the other thing, and I kind of miss them, and I don't, when I never shop there, it's completely local to the area thing. Allentown, this time of year, um, he probably had to smoke himself to death by now, but over on 15th and Tillman, there was an escape mental institution patient that sold flowers at the traffic light, and he smoked. So you could get special flowers, Mother's Day edition flowers, at the traffic light that smelled like smoke. I don't know if he ever made one fucking sale for this. Flowers are kind of a thing. They're good for Mother's Day, but flowers are mostly when we guys fuck up and we want to get ourselves out of trouble. We come in with flowers. I'm sorry, I'm an asshole, dickhead, shit for brains. I got you these flowers. But if you're in trouble with your woman and you're going to stop at the escape mental institution guy at 15th and Tillman, that's a fucking shitty way to do it, because first of all, you're kind of rolling the dice that it's going to be a red light so that you can make the purchase. So because you show up and then you have no flowers, and then she'll say, what, you fuck up that bad and not even flowers? Don't tell me that old story. Well, if it is a green light, well, fuck you for the green light. So, and then the next thing is that she can smell the smoke on them fucking flowers. So that's what I'm telling you. That is a bad gift, because if you come there with not the FTD, forget-me-not bouquet, but roses purchased from a smoking escape mental institution patient, girls, ladies, not girls, ladies, grown woman, you should not give that man sex if he gives you flowers that smell like fucking smoke, especially if he don't smoke, or if he does smoke. Even then, either way, it's a fucking bad gift. So, Mother's Day, salute to all the mothers, especially this past year. Holy mackerel, what a fucking lot of shit to talk about here. Mothers got their hands full with worry, more so than usual. So we're all still fucking crazy. Our daughter today, speaking of mothers, then you can talk about the children. Our daughter, Lizzie, with her upcycled, night waltz upcycled hippie clothing, had her first market today out in the world. In Lancaster, the baseball field, those are markets. I didn't get to go, but that was exciting to help her get ready for that. And so that's a kind of a happy thing. And that's the bonus of being fully vaxxed. I'm fully vaxxed. I'm over my 2 weeks. Wife is fully vaxxed. Sparky doesn't go anywhere, so she doesn't need the shot, and that's why she won't wear a mask. Daughter got her second shot, got pounded a little bit with side effects, but recovered just in time. So we get to hang out with our daughter this week. That's amazing. And I talked about going to Wawa as like one of my first things back when I was fully vaxxed. But what I forgot to tell you was, because I don't know that I'm nuts or have actual things wrong with me, but I am a little wound tight. And my wife worries about me, so she gives me the extra cautions and all that shit. So having not been into a Wawa in at least a year, when I went in to pick up shit last week, I ran in and I was overwhelmed with emotion. I felt like I was a fucking kid in a candy shop. I was getting ready to ride a roller coaster. Everything was everywhere. There was spiked seltzer, peach flavored, overpriced, and there was meat sticks that I couldn't eat anymore because I'm vegetarian now. And so I actually panicked, and then I started to cry a little bit, and then I ran out of there coming back. I can't let these fuckers see me cry. And then I realized they can't see me cry because I have a mask on. So I marched back in and I went, "You stupid fuck. You don't cry out of your mouth, you cry out of your eyes, so people will be able to tell that you're fucking crying." So then I ran back out of the Wawa, and then I regrouped myself, I breathed, I marched back in there, proud and tall, and I looked all around, I was looking at all this different shit, and then I started to realize that I was ready to buy a $20 12-pack of terribly flavored spiked seltzer. So then I fucking left again, and then I actually came home with nothing because my wife was very excited. She says, "You went to the Wawa, but you didn't bring anything back. Did you chicken out? No, no, I didn't chicken out. I ran in there and out like 3 or 4 times. I'm not exactly sure, but I think one more time that I run in with a mask and I don't buy anything, that's when they call the cops. Pow, boom, roasted. So that was exciting. And then I don't even know what days this shit happened. I don't really know. Again, Facebook over there. My wife is in the chat over here. And the other thing, Facebook, you peckerheads used to give me money and you don't anymore. That fucking pisses me off a little bit. So, I mean, have fun over there on free Facebook, you fuckers. Everything works me up. I'm still waiting for my second and third round of stimulus checks. The peckerheads tricked me and they said, you can't get your second round of stimulus checks until you file your taxes. So I did that, world record early, and apparently again, if they're used to getting money from me and all of a sudden I ask for money, I have completely crippled the tax system. So there's a giant glitch right now, and if other people aren't getting their tax returns, refunds, it's probably my fault because the whole fucking system shut down, and it's possible that our stimulus check and whatever refund we're going to get will become part of the will for the grandchildren. So I've lost hope on that, which brings me back to donations, you fuckers, and Patreon. So that's a crazy thing. It's false hope. You keep logging in. Payment status unknown. Right there's your payment status unknown. So now, back to shopping out in the world. So I did Wawa, and then yesterday we went and took our daughter around. She needed to get some things for her market. She's a little pop-up store, and she needs little cork boards and all kinds of shit. So we drove her. It was really nice to be able to drive our daughter to stores. But here's the thing. We're still not used to going out, my wife and I. We don't know how to speak to people. We don't know. I didn't even know where to park. I'm used to parking in the curbside pickup. So that's where I was magically drawn. So I had to stay out of there. And then my wife isn't nearly as loud and as obnoxious as me. So when she has a mask on, you really can't hear her speak at all. And then when she cranks up the volume, you still can't hear her. I do not have that problem. But now, when we walked into the Target, and our daughter warned us, she says, you guys haven't been in a Target for like forever. You're not ready. And she was right. I don't know why, but since it's been over a year and a half since we've been into a Target and pandemic, I just assumed there would be absolutely nothing on the shelves except like one fucking jar of mustard and a can of Spam. So the fact that there was stuff on shelves in the store actually surprised us. They're like, oh my God, look, they have stuff. And it was really fun looking at stuff that I had no intention of buying it. And my wife and daughter tricked me again. They went right into the ladies' area and they were checking out bras and then, oh, this one's cute, that one's cute. I'm like, this is absolutely no fair because I can't enjoy the fun of shopping for a bra because this will be like going into Wawa 5 too many times and I'll call the fucking cops. So I can't go off in the store by myself. They knew that. Our daughter said, you can't really wander off by yourself. So just stand here like a creepy fuck and watch us shop for bras. So that's what I fucking did. And then I saw something, I saw weird shit that I thought was just invented. It was like an ice kettle. It was a kettle to make hot shit in and there was fucking ice cubes in it. I don't remember what it was called, but I said, look at, these were invented while I was away. And then our daughter said, yeah, those were invented like fucking 19 years ago. And she didn't say fucking I added that. So that's the thing there. It totally wasn't invented. But what our daughter knows me very well, and she knew that something was going to happen to me in Target in the grocery area. And she instructed me to go shopping for something in like a frozen or refrigerated area that didn't seem lit up. And I don't even ask questions, I just did it. And then I walked over to the case, and as soon as he got close, the motion sensor came, and the fucking lights went on. And I'm dancing all around and fucking pulling out orange juice and ice cream and sandwiches and all kinds of fucking shit. And then I was waiting for it to shut back off, but it wouldn't shut back off. And then so I just ran around in there and was trying to shop in dark coolers just to make the fucking lights go on. And apparently, it doesn't cause any problems anymore. As people have just like see someone like me running around with a mask on trying to light up refrigerated coolers are just like, okay, just we'll stay out of that aisle for now. This is just a bad idea right now. So then that was fucking fun and crazy. And then my lovely wife reminded me that we were out of orange juice. And what is significant about that is, if I don't have breakfast juice, orange juice, pineapple juice in the morning, somehow my day is fucking ruined. And I could pour that juice and I might forget to drink it. And Sparky will hound me. Hey, dickhead, you didn't even drink that juice that you were crying about. So there was the juice, and I ran over and I grabbed one and I grabbed a lemonade and big fucking jugs. And then I realized I totally forgot how to shop, because I should have had a cart and I didn't. And I was carrying a cork board for our daughter, and I had 2 big fucking jugs of juice, and I'm walking all around going, this really isn't nearly as much fun as I had imagined it. So I'm going to just pay for this fucking shit and take it out in the fucking car. And that's what I did. And somehow that was fun and exciting. Oh, more fun. And this is actually just factual shit, but this is part of my fun. I am forever a dad, and if there's anything I can do for our children or my grandchildren, I'd just love to do it. Just the teeny tiniest little things. So our daughter, for her market, needed to have some cash denomination. She needed some $10 bills, and we didn't feel like going to the bank. So I said, well, why don't you let me try to get the 10s here in Target while you two are rolling around in the Ross drops. So she said, right. So people are so nice right now. I just walked up there with 2 20s and I plunked them down and I said, I'm not used to being out yet. I've only been out a time or two, and they knew what I was fucking talking about. So I don't really know how to talk to people or have any kind of transactions. But I would like to do is see if you could possibly take these 2 $20 bills and turn them into 4 $10 bills. Is that something that we could accomplish here, or is this out of your league here? Is this something? And she was getting a big kick out of me. She says, no, we can do that for you. I viewed this as a major fucking miracle. I was so happy. I thanked her for tolerating my assholery. I came back with 4 10s. I was so fucking proud. I was shopping in the junk section for my wife and daughter to get me a little plastic trophy to present to me. Here you go. Here's your trophy for getting the 4 10s. We know how proud you are. There'll be an award ceremony and a speech and all that happy horseshit. I'm fucking losing my fucking mind in there. So that was big fun. And then when we got out of there, our daughter needed something else at the Five Below. That's like the dollar store for rich people, because everything's $5 or below. So if you've never been into Five Below and you haven't been in for a year and a half, it's one of these deals where you pretty much again want to spend $300 or $400 on just little knickknacks and shit. Light bulbs that change different colors and all kinds of weird shit, and $5 footballs and every fucking thing in there. But again, I got duped. I got duped by a bag of M&Ms that said on it, I haven't even bought a bag of M&Ms in the store for like a whole fucking year and a half. And it said on the print, it said, winning flavor, new winning flavor. I'm like, well, if this is a winning flavor, you can't go wrong. So I was showing everyone, I showed our daughter, but look at winning flavor. These have to be good. And then she thought I was kidding, and I bought them. And guess what? Winning flavor sucks batshit balls. Winning flavor was like toffee, which should be good, mixed with squirrel ass, and that's in fine print. And then and my daughter called me out on this. I ate one that says, this is not a winning flavor. This is what's called a losing flavor. So I poured the shitty M&Ms into a little glass bowl and brought them in. And my daughter, she didn't even mock me. She said, did you just actually pour the winning flavor M&Ms into a little glass candy dish in hopes that they would taste better? And I said, yes. And I tried one and I spit it out and it didn't fucking work. Kerpow. So that's what happened there. Five Below. Woohoo. Okay, so now back to I'm going to spin back to Wawa, but I'm not quite sure how I want to get there. So I called in my main man, Keith show Thursday, and one of the themes of that was it took a year and a half, but I actually ran out of TV shows to watch. So I splurged some of your fine donation money on a 1 month Hulu for $5.99, and the $5.99 one comes with commercials, which I fucking hate. I'm Mr. Extravagance. If I was in richer, more successful times of my career, I would plunk down to $11.99 to get the shows without fucking commercials. Now, Hulu has basically two different commercials that you can see. One is there's a montage of 7 really happy people all suffering from the same horrible disease that I never heard of. Asflaflinga, flunga, flunga, frinka, froska, frostafil, and they're all happy. They seem deliriously overjoyed with this. And then again, that's old comedy for me is ask your doctor if a free sample of Plusustoxafil is right for you, and we don't really understand what the fucking disease is. And then, now they, instead of calling it side effects, they said some people reported diarrhea, headache, nausea, biscuit eyes, shortness of legs, loss of limbs, fingernails falling out, and then the fucking list went on and on and on. And I'm going, some people, what surprised me was some people reported diarrhea. Why would you report diarrhea? Diarrhea would be the thing that you don't report and just report all the other shit and say, fuck it, I got diarrhea, but I am not gonna fucking report it. No fucking way. And then the doctors would be suspicious and they would say, you know what's odd is nobody reported diarrhea. And that's the only side effect we were sure that everybody would get. So that's one kind of commercial that you can get right there. There's that one. And then the second kind of commercial that you can get is it's a car commercial, but it's a new car. I don't know what kind it is, but it's the technology of the car. There's a lady driving and she's not texting, but she's clearly distracted, and the car comes to a screeching halt, and then the camera pans on the kid that the lady didn't see, but the car was smart enough not to run over the fucking kid. It's an auto stop system so you don't drive over kids or short people in case you're a distracted driver. This is a bad fucking thing to put into cars. This is saying, if you like to text or be distracted, here, get this car. We promise you might not get where you're going, but you won't run over any fucking kids. It'll just stop, come to a fucking screeching halt. I'm here to tell you, if you need a car that's gonna stop for shit that you can't fucking see, you should not be driving. That's fucking crazy commercial right there. I mean, I wouldn't even want that, for crying out loud. And if that thing was wired up to my brain, it might stop a lot of places for shit that I see that nobody else could see. So that could be a problem there. So Hulu, back to Hulu. Criminal Minds, love the show. Used to watch it all the time. Side story here, very excited for the Wheel of Time book series to be turned into a TV series. And one of the guys from the starting season 13 of Criminal Minds is cast in the Wheel of Time thing. The character's name will be Lan, and this is a badass detective guy, and so it's fun to watch him in that. But what I love about Criminal Minds is that my wife and I love to watch serial killing shows, and what is amazing about Criminal Minds is that they do psychological profile on, they call them unsubs. And for like a whole year, I thought when they said unsub, they were deciding what they were going to have for lunch, but they didn't want a sub. Like unsub, we'll have lunch, anything but a sub, unsub. I was wrong about that. But what they do is they have a board of obsession, and then the push pins, and they go, look, this is very interesting. A man over here on 14th Street had his nuts cut off with a meat cleaver. And then they said, well, this is very interesting. A man over here on 21st Street, he also had his nuts cut off with a meat cleaver. And then someone goes, oh, over here on 33rd Street, a man also had his nuts cut off with a meat cleaver. And they go, could this be a coincidence? And then the voice of reason will come in with the team. It's a whole team of psychoanalysts. There's no coincidences with 3 people having their nuts cut off with a fucking nut cutter offer. So wheels up, and that's what they do. It's always in another town, and they have to fly. And then when they're flying, then they go over even more shit, and they go, and they find the commonality of the victims. All of our victims seem to have been wearing blue jeans and were age 18 to 22. And they had skateboards and a little dog with a French name. And that's a coincidence, and then they don't fucking know. And so what they do then is they phone in to Garcia. Garcia is a awesome, hippie, blonde, nerd, brainiac who has up a fucking control station. She can Google the fuck out of anything and like 19 fucking seconds and still make jokes while she's doing it. They go, Garcia, get me I need names of anybody who had their nuts cut off from 15th Street to 33rd Street from the year 1974 to 1976, and then she'll go, oh, that's a lot of names, 5,000 names, that's too many, we gotta weed it down. Okay, let's limit it to people who had only one nut cut off, and the family was really pissed off, and they wound up being a TV show about it. Then she fucking narrows it down. And then what happens is, they have a small list to work with, but the beauty of this show is, for me, as a fan of the serial killer, is the show starts with showing you like 4 or 5 victims who are getting their balls cut off, and this team is not going to save them. There's a victim over there, the body's dumped, and there's another one, there's going to be a pin in the corkboard. So Criminal Minds only saves 1 person. They lose 5, but they save the 1. So spoilers there, whoever is alive but is captured by a nut cutting off man, that person's going to get saved, but it's still nerve-wracking. And the whole episode will be leading up to nut cutting off man taped in a chair, screaming his balls off, literally, and they're coming at him and they're going to cut his nuts off, and then they all come crashing in and they go, all right, put the ball cutter down. We know why you're doing this. It's because you're impotent. And I'm thinking, that's not a way to talk a ball cutting guy down off the ledge of cutting off someone's nuts, is telling him that he's impotent. And then they do, they make him cry, and he's impotent, and he puts the ball cutter down, and the 1 person gets saved. That's fucking Criminal Minds. It's badass. And it was going to be longer than that, but that's a fun watch for me. Now, I don't have a slight idea what I'm talking about. On a different channel, I made a terrible mistake. You see, the other beauty of Criminal Minds is I've been away from it for so many years. There's like 17 seasons, and I'm only on 13, and I can just go one after the next, after the next, after the next. But I did a terrible thing. I started a new series on HBO. Sparky coming over? Spark's back in the house, all right. Welcome back. I think she likes this story. I started watching it from the start, which means that Oh, look, it says on my Facebook, it says trying to reconnect, and it's not reconnecting. Sorry about that, but my Streamlabs on my YouTube has auto reconnect because I have Streamlabs service over here. So I started watching Mayor of Easttown, and it is a murder killy series, but you only get one new episode a week. Sunday night, and it's always a fucking cliffhanger, and we're only up to 3. And when it ends, it's like, oh, fuck, you just want to sit in this room for a whole week and wait for Sunday night to come, which hasn't been that hard to do the past year and a half. But now, so we're waiting for that. So Kate Winslet is the star of this thing, and she is, and my wife will agree, so don't bust my balls, a very attractive woman. They have her looking like hell in this series. I'm thinking, she's a very attractive woman. She must have spent a lot of time going into makeup to make her look like hell. In fact, you peckheads have seen my wife. She's beautiful. When I have work to do, I always tell her to put on an ugly mask. It's too distracting. Can't you ugly up over there? So that's a real thing. So they really ugly her up. And this thing was filmed around Longwood Gardens area, Kennett Square, but suburbs. So they refer to these areas all the time, and that's where they actually filmed. Now, Kate Winslet is of foreign accent. I don't know where she's from. Could be Ireland. Could one of those UK things, and she's got the accent, so she has to use the fake American accent. And after this is all done filming, they interviewed her, and she said, Kate Winslet said, walking into a Wawa in Pennsylvania for the first time was euphoric. It was a virtual playground for all things that we love. And it is. And we thought we were just imagining it. If people went fucking nuts that Emmaus was getting a Wawa, we're fucking delirious. You can get hoagie in there. You can get meat sticks. Whatever the fuck you want is in there within reason. If Kate Winslet was going nuts, and they were mocking her. Oh, rich girl, so the first time she ever went into a convenience store. No, she's been in the convenience stores already. It's just never a fucking Wawa. The Wawas are the shit, and she lost her fucking mind in there. She's absolutely lost her mind. So that was what was trending on Twitter. I'm like, why is Wawa trending on Twitter? Because Kate Winslet on Mayor from Easttown, I don't even think there is a place called Easttown, not Easton, went into her first Wawa, and they interviewed her about the show, and she wound up talking about Wawa. That's one fucking hell of a commercial for Wawa. So, Spark, what do you think? Did you come back for water? Oh, somebody likes this. I forget who, but I'll get ready. I'm getting ready to pour in here. Somebody likes it. That's almost a request. All right. Another drink. Here you go. I don't know if they can see you on Facebook because of the camera angle. This could be a YouTube only perk. There's an ice cube in there too. I don't know how she feels about that. Yeah, just take your time. I mean, there's no real hurry if you want to just nibble at that ice cube all night long. That's pretty hysterical. Okay, so we got Kate Winslet, Wawa Boom Roasted. We've got let's see. And then last week I couldn't find half my show because it was printed on the back. And this week I can't find half my show because it's not printed anywhere. So I have to deal with all that shit. Oh, this was fun. This was fun. And again, I am so proud of our young people living through all this shit, because our granddaughter today, my wife and I watched our granddaughter a high school musical. We had to stream it, Little Shop of Horrors, and they were all masked up and shit, and these fucking kids threw down a musical with their fucking masks on. Little Shop of Horrors, fucking amazing stuff. In fact, I almost called this one off tonight, this stream, so I could stream it again. But I thought, that's being a little bit of a dick anyway. So that was fun to watch that. And that's our oldest son, Alvin. We talked about him. He's my tech wizard Brainiac, and I'm texting him back and forth. I'm going, you know, it's actually a really incredible performance that they're doing with masks, and I also congratulate you as a parent, because if you've ever had a kid in a musical, your life becomes fucking nuts in a good way, because there's no moment where you're not driving them to a rehearsal or picking them up, and that goes on for like 2 months before the actual show starts up. And he sends me a text message back, and he said, well, it's not as bad now since Anna's driving. When the fuck did my granddaughter start driving? She's driving fucking around in cars. During the pandemic, our granddaughter grew up and got a fucking driver's license, and she's driving to fucking musicals. Nobody fucking tells me anything. I missed the meeting. I'm there. Wait a minute. Did you just say she's driving? Did you sanction this? Did you just fucking trust her because you're smart and your kids are smart? Did you just fucking let her drive by herself? When did this happen? He says, oh, she got her license at Christmas. Well, it wasn't in a fucking Christmas letter. Fuck me in a bucket of goo. Our daughter, Lizzie from the market, is watching this musical now, and she doesn't even know that Anna, she would be Aunt Lizzie. She doesn't know that her niece fucking drove to, I could call her up right now, but she's watching the musical. When the fuck did this happen? The kids are fucking driving? Oh, fuck me in a bucket of goo. So, that's nuts. Oh, and I don't want to get a lawsuit here, but okay, so, our daughter had her second shot on, I think it was Wednesday, okay? And she got Moderna, and she's of the age where we were pretty sure she was going to get pounded pretty good with side effects on the second shot. And her boyfriend also got Moderna, and he got pounded pretty hard on side effects too the week before. So we were braced to have like a second shot Eve party, and she right now likes spiked seltzer, purely drinks, you know, the peach, whatever it is, and crazy brands and all that. So I thought, all right, I'll pick up some spiked seltzer. Now I went and I picked up, this wasn't at Wawa. Alexa, stop. Show's over, by the way. So she gave me a couple brands to pick from, and I couldn't find what they were. So I don't want to get sued by anyone. There's a thing made, it rhymes with Ike. Hard lemonade makes a spiked seltzer, which I thought, well, that's a slam dunk right there. Ike's spiked seltzer sucks batshit balls, because here's what's wrong with it. It's sweetened with stevia. Stevia is a natural sugar, and why it is a natural sugar is apparently is a sweetener that is derived from skunk's ass. It tastes like the most horrible fucking shit there ever was. We couldn't drink them, and you don't read when you go buy a case of beer or a case of spiked anything. You don't read ingredients to see if there's stevia in there or whatever the fuck it is. There should be a warning, and anything that has stevia in it, caution. This contains sweetened with squirrel shit fucking stevia. We had spent 9 minutes getting fucking aftertaste out of our mouth, and then I went back to fucking Wawa and got normal spiked seltzer because it was second shot Eve party. I posted my shitty stevia spiked seltzer on Facebook that they suck batshit balls, implying that if anybody wanted them, like fucking 9 of them, they could have them. No takers. Possibly because I said, hey, here's a summer tip for you. These suck batshit balls. So later on we're going to pour those down the toilet, probably, which brings me to, somehow these things all connect in my brain. I got myself an early birthday gift. There's a birthday coming up next weekend or after next weekend. A new toilet seat. Because I could do it, and there comes a point where you can't fucking scrub them clean anymore. So fuck it. Donations have been good. I'm gonna treat us to a no slam toilet seat. And my wife, has my back. Says make sure you get the right size. How the fuck do I know? Apparently, we have an elongated toilet, which I didn't fucking know. So you're supposed to measure. Again, measuring a toilet bowl area is kind of weird because you don't want to lay a tape measure down in the toilet where your ass goes. But I figured it out, and I ordered it. And the brand is not extravagant. It happened to be on sale, so I was excited. And then boxes come, because we get shipped here all the time. And I know everybody hates Amazon, but it's point, click, and send. And I know it's shitty job, but it's free shipping, and it's not my fucking fault somebody works there, and I get bonus shopping points. So point, click, and send. But when boxes show up, I don't with any degree of accuracy know what's in that box. So this one, I knew what was in it because the toilet seat box was not in another box. They just fucking sent it, and part of it was open that you could see, matched the color. There's a toilet seat. It said on the box for the delivery man to see, for anybody walking past, elongated toilet seat. Please measure it with this easy measure ruler on the side of the fucking toilet seat box right here before you open the box in case you want to fucking return it. There's no fucking way I'm returning a fucking toilet seat. If that one didn't fit, I would just keep it as a spare souvenir fucking toilet seat. So I got this thing, and the whole world knows that I got the new toilet seat as an extravagant early birthday gift. And it has the nice feature is we had the one where you could slam the lid just by letting it slip, and it scares the fuck out of you. Isn't that the worst thing? You're making a wee, and then you're kind of done. And then you have to just touch the lid a little bit wrong, and then it fucking slams. It scares the fuck out of you, and then you wind up fucking shitting in your pants when you were standing to pee. It's just a horrible thing. So this is now installed. It's very exciting. Early birthday gift. Extra shopping points. Elongated toilet seat. Boom, roasted. All right. All right, there's that stuff. Grandparents, stream, first market. Oh, I know what I like to do. Let's see. Well, I don't know if I like to do it, but I do it. Criminal Minds, there's that. Okay. I like to go back to this weekend last year and print out my set list and see what the hell's in here from last year. And then, of course, it's Mother's Day weekend. Oh, this is some badass shit. Last Mother's Day Eve. I don't read these ahead of time. I just print them. There's a date, and I print it. Now I'm discovering this as I performed it last year with all of you. Mother's Day Eve last year. It snowed. It snowed last year, Mother's Day Eve. How about that? I have nothing funny to say about that, but there you go. Oh, I know what was the thing, and I'm on tippy toe on this, is that I'm doing something on social media, and somebody said we should do a tribute to mothers we've lost. And while I agree with this idea, I don't really like the phrase mothers we've lost, because that implies that we just fucking misplaced them and they're walking around nuts somewhere. So I haven't really solved that, but it's just like mothers we've lost implies that what the fuck we doing? We should be out there looking for them. Not as funny as I thought it was, but hell, there you go. Let's see. The weird thing is here is that the Facebook stream is in the phone, and it's doing weird shit all the time. But I can't worry about that. Let's see. last year. I got a new microphone. Woohoo! It took 3 fucking months to come because of all the COVID shit. None of this seems funny at all. Let's see. There we go. This is the lost mother. Mothers get dicked out of things, and oh, I know what the thing is that, and I was kind of happy shit was closed last year because the Mother's Day brunch is another one. It's fucking $45, but it's the same pancakes, for crying out loud. You can't just fucking ram up the pancake price because it's Mother's Day weekend. For fuck's sake, you should drop the price for fucking Mother's Day weekend. Say, hey, it's Mother's Day weekend. Here, she got dicked over with flowers from the tent, from the mall parking lot. Let's make the pancakes just a fucking $1. How about that? No, they ran them fuckers up. $45 for a brunch. Fuck me in a bucket of goo. Holy shit. I'm not telling these stupid jokes. I got old jokes in here. The man who bought a suit that didn't fit. That's a really long story, and I just don't have the strength for it right now. Oh, here's one that I don't even know why this is funny, but I used to do a thing on the radio with the Bearman and Keith, and the joke would be this, and the Bearman would just laugh his ass off with these. I'd say, okay, did you hear the one about the Amish farmer who finally broke down and said, the heck with it, I'm gonna get a tractor. And then he fell off the tractor and he got stuck in those rotary things there, and it sliced him up, and then he bled to death. And then the Bearman would laugh. That would be the end of the joke. So I had a whole series of and then he bled to death jokes. Of course, those never really caught on. Let's see here. Yes. Oh, this is all dumb shit here. I'm talking about hell gigs. Yeah, there's nothing here that I can use. So I'll have to rethink this thing where I print out last year's show because it would be helpful for me tonight. Now, I am clearly out of shit right now. I don't know what to talk about. I don't know what to do with myself. It's only funny to me, and then I'll announce it that way, and it'll be a big letdown. Little Shop of Horrors, of course, if you're unfamiliar with it, is a musical about a plant that eats people. So I actually had a plant arrive today, and I planted a plant out in the yard on the day that we saw the musical about the plant that eats people, and there's a bled to death joke in there somewhere, but I don't know where it is, and again, that's why it's bad for me to just ramble with really no point or direction. So maybe I'll step up the use of these notes here a little bit. Oh, okay. I'm going to give you an old joke that was old last year when I told it. It's so funny. These people on YouTube here, my Facebook stream, these people are commenting. I can see it, but I don't have any fucking clue. And I won't have the ability to see that later on. But I will see these YouTube comments. There's nothing really funny about that. I'm just getting into my head here a little bit. Okay, so here's the joke. Here's the old joke. People think the Amish and the Mennonite are the same. They're not. The Mennonites believe some really fucked up shit. Like, you know that thing a dog does where he drags his ass across the carpet? And now your Mennonites believe that's a sign of a wedding. I believe it's a sign you're going to need a new fucking carpet. That's what that's a sign of. See, that's a really stupid joke. And it's kind of weird that I would put it in my notes to keep it in case, you know, for fear that I would not, someday I would lose this thing. So I'm running out of shit here. Looks like there's a lot of fun going on in the chat. Thanks for joining me this Mother's Day weekend. Next weekend, no live stream. I'm going to probably try to record little snippets of the show next weekend, and you will only get that over on my Patreon for my Unshunned. I don't know when I'll post it. I'm still a glitch. So I need money, and Sparky bailed on me early. I think that's pretty much it. Normally I hop in the chat here, but I cannot do that now because I didn't set up my iPad and I can't do it through Streamlabs. None of this is funny. Let's see. So what I'm going to do is this. I know I can do this. I can click on stream ending soon. Now, people on Facebook cannot see that thing that says stream ending soon. And you can hear me now still on YouTube. Well, I'm going over here and I'm clicking on the finished button on Facebook. So Facebook is actually finished now, and yet here I stream live still on YouTube. And so there's me. Look at, haha, fake ending, right? That's just like those Marvel movies where then you wait till the credits roll. Let's see. And then we think the show was over, but it wasn't really over. But what was really stupid about me doing that tonight is this, I'll tell you, is that I don't have anything planned. I didn't have anything planned to get to this moment, and I sure as shit don't have anything planned now. It's just I could come back because I wanted to come back. I don't have to fucking do anything. And some people just laugh at me when they look at me. So we'll just try that. So I did come back, but now I'm going again. Thank you so much. Be good to your mothers. My wife is laughing back here. I don't know if there's something funny in the chat going on. Or maybe she's having a glass of wine. I don't have any clue what's going on there. I just don't know how to end my show. That's the thing. I don't really know how to end my show. I could just close the lid of the MacBook Pro, but there's possibilities that, because this camera is not actually attached to the MacBook Pro, that would not solve my problems, although it might cut off the stream. I don't really know. So my show is basically over, and I'm trying to figure out a way to end the show. So until I think of that, this stream will remain live right now. Wife, what did I forget to tell him about? Do we miss anything? No, we didn't. We didn't.
Teddy Lane said, "Slam the toilet lid down."
Slam the toilet lid down. That's right. But I would also, to do that, I would have to take the mobile device up there, and I found my levels of embarrassment because I actually thought about going live to install the toilet seat. Something funny about an Amishman installing. I didn't start drinking yet, but it's going to be soon. Something funny about an Amishman doing any kind of plumbing whatsoever, but I'm like, I'm totally not going to live stream my toilet. That's just not yet. Maybe next pandemic, but right now, that's not going to fucking happen. So there's that. Oh, this is more excitement. Okay, check this out. I also got delivered in a box candles, which I never fucking buy like that because I get them at yard sales, but yard sales are fucking gone, and I need candles. I need fucking candles. So I got some candles, and they arrived today. It's very exciting. Smokeless, dripless candles, and also I got the opposite one. There was a clearance on, I think they are called wood wick, because they in fact have wood wicks, and it burns, it crackles like a little fireplace, all right? So my wood wick in the glass was fucking broken, and then there was just pieces of glass all over, and it was packed to not break. So this was an Amazon purchase, so trying to return this thing with a mobile app, I got stuck in this loop of why do you want to return this? Because it was, and it's even a choice. It says damaged, on arrival, even though the packaging was not damaged. That's exactly what it was. So then I click on that, and then it goes, your return will require special customer service. Click on this, and you click on customer service, and then I just kept going through this loop of this thing where I got damaged, package was fine, item was broken, I'd like to replace it. This will require customer service. Now, you have to know who I am. I am perfectly willing to go through that sequence 38 times before I realize it's not going to fucking work. And there's a possibility that it did work, and I will get 38 free replacement candles. So then I actually went on this MacBook Pro right here, which was not designed to return broken candles, but apps suck batshit balls. On the MacBook Pro, there was a thing to click on, and it's customer service, and it said it was broken, and it said, would you like us to send you a new one? And I said, yes, I absolutely would. You might remember me from 38 other fucking attempts from my mobile app. Yes, we do. You're only getting one. So that's a wrap on this episode. Thanks for tuning in. And I really am going to end this show right now on a less than spectacular note, because if I don't, I'll just fucking be here all week. So now we go back to this thing, stream ending. Now, it says the stream is ending.